What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Emery Gang. If you haven't subscribed already, maybe consider popping that subscribe button or revving on it, or doing a donut on it or something. And if you like the video, definitely give it a thumbs up. So today's video is going to be one that I've filmed a few times. The title is somewhere along the lines of how to buy your very first motorcycle, the process of buying and registering and getting legal your very first motorcycle. So if you are in the process of, securing your very first motorcycle and you need to register it and title it and all of that jazz, and you want it to be a little bit demystified and easier and simpler, then this is the video for you. And if not, then maybe you just want to hang out. You want to hang out with the bros and, enjoy this beautiful, beautiful day where it is a little bit hot. So yeah, that's what this video is about. We're going to jump right into it when we get moving so I don't fog up my glass. So now that we're on the road, we can jump right in. For the context of this video, we're going to say there are two different ways that you can purchase your very first motorcycle. And one is a lot more simpler, a lot easier, a lot less work on your end to get done than the other. So the two ways are: one, you buy from a dealership, whether it's new or used, it's from a dealership. That's going to be the easier way to go as far as, all your paperwork and stuff. The second way is private sale, and it's a little bit more complex as far as the things you have to do, but once you do them, it's actually not that bad. Especially if you have someone who's done it before. And if you've ever bought a car private sale, it is the exact same process. So we're going to talk about the dealership version, a couple of things you need to look out for first, and then we'll jump into the private sale version, which will be probably the bulk of the video. So you want to buy a new bike. Welcome to the club. So do I. And you've picked out your bike. So this video does not assume that you need help picking out a bike. If you would like a helpful video about that, let me know in the comments. Let's say you've picked out the bike that you want, you know what you're ready to pay for it, you know the quality, the condition you want it to be in, all of that. And you find it at the dealership and you're ready to buy it. You've got the money or whatever. You're ready to buy it. The first thing you want to do is, well, buddy, make sure that the dealership is not a scammership. Don't get scammed. It's actually probably not that hard to get scammed by a dealership, but, check out the reviews. Do your due diligence and check it out. So that's number one. Make sure you're not going to get scammed. Number two, agree on a price. A lot of dealerships will be negotiable. Some will not. But as long as you know that you're good paying the price for whatever it is you're getting and the condition that you're getting it in, that's really good. So let's say all of those details are figured out. You're not getting scammed. You figured out the price, all that. You pretty much just walk up to the dealership and say, hey, I want this bike for this much. I'm going to buy it. And if you already have your motorcycle license, it'll be very easy. You purchase the bike, they will handle registering and titling it in your name, and then you'll almost be on your way. They may help you also get insurance on it, but if that is up to you, all you'll have to do is go on to an app for an insurance company or give a call to an insurance company and get the bike insured. They're going to need to know the VIN number, they're going to need to know the year of the bike, the make of the bike, what your plans are for use, as far as how often you want to ride it and who's riding it, and all your details, normal stuff. If the bike is going to be paid for in full, you will not need full coverage, although I do recommend it. And if you are getting a loan on your first bike, which honestly I would personally recommend buying your first bike outright, but you don't have to, then you will probably need full coverage, and depending on your level, your driving level, that may be kind of expensive. But once all that's covered, that bike is yours and it's ready to hit the streets. You've got your tag, you've got your title, you probably have an inspection that's good for 1 year, so you don't even have to do anything. Pretty simple. Now, the flip side of all of that is private sale purchasing a bike, and it's a little bit more complex, so we're going to jump into it now. One, we're assuming that you picked out the bike you want and you have a budget. You've been searching on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and all of these beautiful bike marketplace places that I spend spend way too much time up looking at it in the middle of the night when I'm not even ready to buy a new bike, but I'm still there. And you found the bike of your dreams and you're ready to purchase it. The first thing you want to do is, find out that the person seems legit. I like to do a little bit of extra research on them if I can. Like if it's Facebook Marketplace, I see what kind of person is this. Do they look like they rode the bike crazy? Do they look like they stole the bike? Does it look like they flip bikes a lot? Because this is going to be something that tells me what I need to really look for. So if it's somebody that looks like they do like a little side hustle, you're going to want to be really, really diligent in looking at what's going on with the bike, because you don't know if that person is just casually flipping bikes and not being genuine. Now you do want to be very diligent. You do want to be kind of diligent in your bike purchasing in general, but do some research. 2, once you spark up a good old conversation with said person and you want to find out if they're willing to be negotiable on your price or if you're ready to pay the price they're asking, that's up to you. But there's a few questions I like to ask the person when I am getting ready to purchase a bike. The first thing is, has it been in any wrecks? Can I get the VIN number? Because then you can also check that what they said is true. Are you the only owner of this bike? Or how many people owned it before you? Do you know anything about the history? Some of those can be, you don't have to ask them all, but they're good to ask. You get a feel for the person and all that. Man, we are stuck behind this Prius, aren't we? Wrong time of day to ride. But the very most important question to ask is, do you have the title in hand or not? And hopefully they say yes, because if they say no, then either there's a lien on the bike or the bike is not titled, which isn't good if you want to put the bike on the street. Once you ask that question, if the answer to that is no, you probably want to move on to another bike. If the answer to that question is yes, your next question is the title in your name, the seller's name? Because there have been a few times when I've purchased bikes where the title was not in their name, it was in like their father-in-law's name or their brother's name, which isn't a big deal unless it comes as a surprise. And the reason it is a big deal if it comes as a surprise depends on, 1, if they stole the bike and the title's not in their name, then that's no good. But 2, let's say they're an honest person, and I'm actually going to pass this car. If they're an honest person and the title's not in their name, and you live in a state where they require you to have a notarized signed title for transfership, that's going to be a problem. And that is what happened to me. In North Carolina, which is where I live, you have to have the title signed by both parties in the presence of a notary and then stamped before the DMV will let you sign the title over in your name and get it tagged. So ask if the title is in their name. If it's not in their name, ask why, and then ask if the person is also like willing to sell the bike, or if stuff like that. If the title's in their name, not a big deal. You just have to schedule the right time to do the bike sale somewhere near where someone can notarize the title, because it gets a little bit trickier if you sign the title. If you both sign the title outside and then they have to get signed, it's not really the best situation. So that's number 2. If they have the title and it's in their name, you're pretty much good to go. Now it's time to go actually look at the bike. And when you actually go look at the bike, you want to know what to look for. And if you're new to getting bikes, you probably don't know what to look for. So my advice would be to find someone who can help you look for the right things. And chances are it's not going to be that big of a deal. And if you're not spending too much on your first bike, which you shouldn't be, it's not going to be a big deal, and you're going to learn how to fix anything that comes up. But you don't want to get a bike that's just absolute annoying, because then you're not going to want to ride, and it's going to be annoying that you bought the bike. So try and bring someone who knows what to look for, and if they don't, do some research yourself on what to look for via Google. And if you want, we can make a video about that as well. Now, you're ready to see the bike, you're at the bike, you're ready to purchase the bike. Everything looks good. The bike is solid. The person let you get a test ride if you have your license. If you don't have your license yet, then I would have them ride it around and show you that it actually rides and works, and ask them if there's anything weird about it and stuff like that. Let's say you've now purchased the bike and you have it loaded onto your trailer, or you're going to ride it home. The very first thing, before getting it titled or anything, honestly, before you even leave the parking space that you are in, is to call your insurance company and get that bike insured before you leave the parking spot that you are in. And that means either with an app or with the phone call. And usually the phone call is really quick and easy. I do it with Geico. You don't have to, but it was very easy for me. Not sponsored, but hey, hit me up. You give them the VIN number, you give them the probably, I don't know if there's anything on the title, you give them the year of the bike, the make of the bike, and your information, and then you select the tier of insurance you would like, and that's what you put on it. And you make sure that it is active and live before you pull that bike away, because if anything happens and you don't have insurance, you just bought a bike that's now broken and uninsured, and that is no good. So, you've got the bike insured, it's in your possession. What now? Well, if it's private sale, you're going to have to get it inspected if it hasn't had an inspection in a while. In most cases, you're going to have to get the bike inspected before you can get the title pushed over to your name. So, you need to go make sure that you pass inspection. So go to find an inspection place. Make sure your lights work. Make sure your tires are good. Make sure your brakes work. Make sure your brake lights work. All of that. Go get it inspected. Bring your title. And bring your, I don't know if you need your proof of insurance, but I'd have like the email that has confirmation just in case. But mostly you'll just need your title and say, this is a bike that's not registered to me yet. I'm just getting it inspected so that I can go get it in registration. So, once you get it registered, or once you get it inspected and it passes, then you take that bike down to, you don't have to take the bike, you just take your title that's signed and notarized, you take your driver's license, you take your proof of insurance, and you take any proof that you had an inspection and it passed to your license and registration DMV. And you have to make sure that it is a license, title, and registration DMV, because sometimes they are different. When you take it there, you're going to need to bring some money, probably a card, maybe cash just in case, to get it titled. They're going to take your title from you, they're going to take a look at your proof of insurance, and they're going to write down your information. Then they're going to make you pay for the taxes on the bike. They're going to keep your title. They're going to give you a tag. And they will be mailing you a new title in the mail with your name on it and the mileage of the bike from when you bought it. And then that bike is yours. It's ready to hit the streets. Most likely you'll get the tag at the DMV when you do the registration, and then they'll mail you the title, but if not, they'll give you like a temporary, which I doubt. They usually have tags there. And once all of that is done, you are now the proud owner of a motorcycle that you did a private purchase on. Congratulations. That is the quick rundown of everything that you need to look out for as far as the process. It is not an in-depth process of what to look for when you go look for a bike. So if you need a video on that, let me know. And if you are in the process of getting a bike, I would love to know what type of bike you're looking at getting. So leave that in the comments below. And I'll comment back, I'll read everything, I'll chat back, and, you know, we'll build a nice little Emery gang community out here. So I hope this video was helpful. If you enjoyed, let me know. If you already ride, comment your bike down below. And I will catch you in the next video.